Today we are going to start in your grammar book, chapter number 1, parts of a sentence. Today we are going to study the parts of the sentence. The sentence having two parts, subject and predicate. When we make a sentence, the name some person or thing and say something about that person or thing. In other words, we must have a subject to speak about and we must say or predicate something about that subject. Hence, every sentence has two parts. The part which names the person or thing we are speaking about. This is called the subject of the sentence. The part which tells something about the subject. This is called the predicate of the sentence. The subject of a sentence usually comes first, but occasionally it is put after the predicate. As, here comes the bus. Sweet are the uses of adversity. In imperative sentences, the subject is left out. As, sit down. Here the subject you is understood. Thank him. Here to the subject you is understood. In a simple word, we can say the subject tells us who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells us something more about the subject. To find the subject of a sentence, ask the question who or what to the verb. When we ask who stood at the gate, suppose the sentence the man stood at the gate. So to find the subject of a sentence, ask the question who or what to the verb. When we ask who stood at the gate, the answer is this is the man. This is the subject. The rest of the sentence is the predicate. Here the predicate is stood at the gate. Here are some more examples we can see. The chef is cooking pasta and chicken. So, in this sentence, we can find the chef is a subject and is cooking pasta and chicken is predicate. The prisoner was jailed for 10 years. So, the prisoner is a subject and the predicate is was jailed for 10 years. Tom Hanks is well-known actor. So now Tom Hanks is a subject and is a well-known actor, predicate. The car is driving at a great speed. Here the car is a subject and is driving at the great speed is a predicate. The subject usually comes before the predicate, but sometimes it may come after the predicate. For example, under the table lay a book. Here, the subject is a book, while the predicate is under the table. Let's see in this page, a sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Here you can see the example. My mother loves tea. Now here you can see the subject and predicate. My mother loves tea. The people in the room were enjoying the music. The sentence is talking about who is enjoying the music. Who were enjoying the music? The people in the room are enjoying. So the sentence is talking about the people. Now let's move. See, the baby is sleeping. Who is sleeping? The baby is sleeping. So now here you can see the sentence is talking about who is sleeping? baby is sleeping. So this is a subject and is sleeping is a predicate. In D, all the children are ready for the trip. Who are ready for the trip? All the children are ready for the trip. So it become a subject and remaining part of the sentence are called predicate. Now let's move to the in your book. The definition of the subject is also given. A subject is that part of the sentence that names the person, the or thing about whom something is said. The subject in the sentence mentioned earlier, previous page, are as follows. Example, my mother, the people in the room, the baby, all the children. And predicate, a predicate is a word or a group of words that tells us something about the subject. The predicate in the sentence mentioned earlier, previous page, we have already seen in this page. So it is also given over here. Loves tea, is sleeping, were enjoying the music, are ready for the trip. Now the features. The subject is usually placed before the predicate, but sometimes the order is changed. The subject remains the same in the spite of the change in its position. Here you can see the example. The letter came after a few days. Now here you can see the letter is a subject. Came after a few days is a predicate. And in B, after a few days came the letter. So now the predicate comes first and the subject at the last. As we all know, in imperative sentence, the subject is always you. It is not mentioned but implied. In imperative sentence, the subject is left out, as sit down. Here the subject you is understood. Thank him. Here too the subject you is understood. Now here you can see more example. Go there, have the medicine regularly. It means you go there. And it means you have the medicine regularly. So you is always understood. Again, in question and exclamatory sentences, we find out what or who the sentence is about. The identify the subject. Example, have you been to the market? The subject is you. Every predicate has at least one verb. The verb changes according to the number of the subject. For example, the dog is barking, singular verb is there. The dogs are barking. So all always remain same in the singular and in the plural. The predicate may contain an object, a complement, and adverb. In this image you can see my mother sings is a verb, object. In the first sentence there is no object, so adverb is well. My mother sings well. He caught the ball. The object is there. And in third, they are singers. So here the verb and the complement. Now let's move to the exercises. Identify the subject and the predicate. Circle the subject and underline the predicate. The first one has been done for you. John is going to the market. The first has been done for you. Now we have to complete the next exercise. He managed to reach home on time. Now, who managed to reach on time? Home on time? He. So the subject is he managed to reach home on time. He managed to reach on time. So he is a subject and managed to reach home on time is a predicate. In third, the king offered his advice to the farmer. So who offered his advice to the farmer? The king. The king is a subject and offered his advice to the farmer is a predicate. Rose was a princess who slept for 100 years. Who slept for 100 years? Rose. So now Rose is a subject and predicate. Rest of the sentence is a predicate. The lion wanted to eat the rabbit. Who wanted to eat the rabbit? The lion. So here you can see the subject is the lion wanted to eat. The rabbit is predicate. At one corner of the hall stood Ramu. Ramu is a subject and predicate at one corner of the hall. Who stood? Ramu stood. So it is called subject. So sentence is talking about Ramu. So Ramu is a subject. Now here you can see the subject is given at the end of the sentence. It is a very perfect example of this. Now let's move to the second part of this chapter, the phrases and clauses. So now here we have to understand what are phrases and what are clauses. Examine the group of words in a corner. It makes sense but not complete sense. Such a group of words which make sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. A phrase is a group of words that make sense but not complete sense since it does not have a subject and a verb. For example, we can see, look at this picture. In the following sentence, the group of words in bold are clauses. People who pay their debts are trusted. We cannot start while it is raining. I think that you have made a mistake. Here you can see who pay their debts while it is raining. You have made a mistake are clauses. Now let's read the features. A phrase does not convey complete sense. It does not have a subject and a verb. A clause has a subject and a verb. It may or may not make complete sense. It is usually a part of sentence. Now let's move to the exercises. Tick the correct option. She left the house at noon. Phrase or clause. Mary embroidered a handkerchief for the mother. Phrase or clause. The army fought with great courage. Phrase or clause. In spite of ill health, she attended the party. Phrase or clause. The child was excited to see the peacock dancing. Phrase or clause. A bouquet of roses were presented to the chief guest. It is phrase or clause. We have to take the correct option. In exercise number 1, we can see she left the house at noon. It is phrase. Manny embroidered a handkerchief for her mother. Embroidered a handkerchief is a clause. The army fought with great courage. With great courage is phrase. And in spite of ill health, she attended the party. She attended the party is clause. In fifth, the child was excited. It is a clause. And in sixth, a bouquet of roses. It is phrase. In next exercise, match the group of words given in the column A with those in column B. You will also find it interesting to combine one group of the words in column A with different groups of words in column B to form meaningful sentences. So here we have to match. She found a small bag in the park. We will. Apart from chocolate, she liked to eat cookies. Neha had seen a black puppy in the deserted street. When Neha is hungry, she loves to eat donuts. The old man walked down. The young boy carrying a bat ran across the playground. So this you have to complete in the book. In the following sentences, the group of words in bold are phrases. Here you can see the sun rises in the east. In the east is a phrase. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. On a wall, phrase. There came a giant to my door. To my door is a phrase. It was a sunset of great beauty. Of great beauty is a phrase. The tops of the mountains were covered with snow. Out of the mountains is phrase. Show me how to do it. Now here, how to do it is phrase. Now let's examine the groups of words in bold in the following sentences. He has a chain of gold. Here you can see a chain of gold. He has a chain which is made of gold. We recognize the first group of words as a phrase. The second group of words, unlike the phrase of gold, contains a subject, which and a predicate is made of gold. Such a group of words which forms part of a sentence and contains a subject and a predicate is called a phrase. After the completion of these exercises, we move to the next chapter. The next chapter is nouns. As you all know, and you have studied earlier in your previous classes, a noun is a naming word that is used to name living beings, places, things, ideas, and feelings. For example, John is a clever boy. His honesty impressed everybody. In the given sentence, John, boy, honesty are nouns. Words like man, lady, Shruti, Lucknow, post office, wood, air force, sorrow are also nouns. A noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or thing. It is also names an idea or feeling. Here in this exercise, we can see identify the naming words. The naming words, as you all know, are called nouns. Now let's identify the naming words. Henry is a prince of Great Britain. So Henry and Great Britain is a naming word. Mary Kom is a boxer. Mary Kom is a boxer. Now Shanu planted a seed. So Shanu here the naming word. John swims better than Smith. So now in this sentence, John and Smith are both naming words. Physics is my favorite subject. Now here physics is a naming noun. Now let's see the kinds of noun. First is common, proper. Third is collective noun. Fourth is material noun. And fifth is abstract noun. Let's discuss about common nouns. Nouns that name person, place or object of the same kind are called common nouns. A common noun is a word that does not refer to any particular person, place or thing. It gives a common name to the person, place, animal or thing of the same class or kind. For example, words like book, pen, pencil, boy, river, mountain, town, village are common nouns. A common noun is a name given in a common to every person or thing of the same class or kind. It is called common noun. Now let's move to the proper noun. What is proper nouns? A proper noun is the name of some particular person or place. Noun that name particular place, person or object are called proper noun. Proper noun are words which name specific people, things, places or organizations. Sometimes we give names to the pets also, Kitty, Tommy. For example, Sachin Tendulkar, Mumbai, India, The Times of India, Park Street, Goa. Common nouns are not capitalized, but proper nouns begin with the capital letter. These are the features of common and proper noun. Now your next exercise is circle the proper nouns and underline the common nouns. Proper noun, as you all know, it is the naming words, and common noun is a common for all. Now let's see and complete this exercise. Rajiv and Priyanka are brother and sister. Now here you can see Rajiv is a name and Priyanka is also a name, so it is called proper noun. So we have to circle it, and brother and sister are common noun. Second, the capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. Here you can see the capital is common noun and Nepal and Kathmandu are common proper noun. Third, Othello was written by William Shakespeare. Now here Othello is proper noun because it is a name and was written by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is also a proper noun. Teachers and students work together for the exhibition. Now here you can see teachers and students are all common noun and exhibition is also a common noun. The poem Ode to Autumn was written by John Keats. So here you can see the poem is a common noun, Ode to Autumn proper noun, and John Keats is also proper noun. Happy Feet is an entertaining movie. Happy Feet is a proper noun because it is a name. An interesting movie. Movie is a common noun. Now next is Munir washes Ritu's clothes in the washing machine. So Munir and Ritu are both proper noun. Washing machine is a common noun. Now let's move to the third kind of nouns is the collective nouns. A collective noun is the name of a number or collection of persons or things taken together and spoken of as one whole, as crowd, mob, team, flock, herd, army, fleet, jury, family, nation, parliaments, committee. A fleet means a collection of ships or vessels. An army, a collection of soldiers. A crowd, a collection of people. The police disappeared the crowd. Now here you can see the crowd is a collection of people. The French army was defeated at Waterloo. The army is considered as a collection of soldiers. The jury found the prisoners guilty. Now here you can see the jury is a collection of judges or who are judging something. A herd of cattle is passing. Now here you can see the herd of cattle means the collection of animals. It is called herd of cattle is passing. Noun that name a group or a class of a similar things or person taken together and spoken of as one whole are called collective noun. For example, is the army, herd, feet. It is written in your book. The features of the collective nouns are: the collective nouns are treated as single units. They are naming words used for many animals, things, persons, and places taken together as units, flock of sheep, a suits of room. They can be used as common noun. Some more example of collective nouns are a fleet of ships, a bunch of keys, a pack of dogs, and an army of soldiers. Here are more examples of collective nouns. It is given in your book: a pack of cards, dogs and wolves, a suit of rooms, a team of players, a school of fish, a swarm of bees, a crew of sailors, a bunch of bouquet of flowers, a mob of people, a flock of birds or sheep, a bunch of bananas or grapes or flowers, a herd of cattle or deer, a litter of puppies, a cabinet of ministers, a clump of trees, a cluster of herds, a squadron of aeroplanes, a shoal of fish, a library of books. Now in next exercise, match the word in column A with appropriate words in column B. Now here we have to match the collective nouns of the particular thing. So here we can see a fleet of, we have to match it. A fleet of luxury cars. An orchard of fruit tree. A crowd of people. An army of soldiers. A library of books. And a suite of rooms. These exercise you have to complete in your book. Now let's move to the fourth kind of the noun. It is material nouns. Nouns that names material or substances. that we see and touch or are ingredients for making things are called material nouns. For example, gold, steel, coal, copper, iron, wood, clay, and cement. The material nouns features are material nouns are used in the singular form. No article is used before them. For example, the window is made of glass is a material noun. Bring a glass of water is a common noun. A material noun becomes a common noun when there is an article before it, or if the noun is in the plural form. Now let's move to the next kinds of noun is a abstract noun. An abstract noun is usually the name of a quality, action, or state considered apart from the object to which it belongs as quality. In quality, we can see goodness, kindness, whiteness, darkness, hardness, brightness, honesty, wisdom, and bravery. The actions, laughter, theft, movement, judgment, hatred. And the state is childhood, boyhood, youth, slavery, sleep, sickness, death, and poverty. So it's usually the name of the quality, action, or state considered apart from the object to which it belongs. The names of the arts and science, for example, grammar, music, chemistry, etc., are also abstract nouns. We can speak of a brave soldier, a strong man, a beautiful flower, but we can also think of these qualities apart from any particular person or thing and speak of bravery, strength, beauty by themselves. So, also we can speak of what person do or feel apart from the person themselves and give it a name. The word abstract means drawn off. Abstract names are formed from adjective as kindness from kind, honesty from honest. Most abstract nouns are formed thus from verbs as obedience from obey, growth from grow. And third, from common noun as childhood from child, slavery from slave. Nouns that name ideas or concept, quality, feeling, some state or a thing which cannot be touched or seen are called abstract noun. In a very simple word in your book, the definition is given. For example, sweetness, honesty, bravery, heat, love, anger, height. One can see an angry person or think of honesty but can neither touch nor see anger or honesty. So these are the abstract nouns which we cannot see. We just feel it. Abstract nouns are names of things that cannot be touched or seen. These are the features of abstract noun. Fill in the blanks with words given in the box and tick the correct kinds of nouns. In this exercise, we had lots of fun at the birthday party. So it is fun as a abstract noun. The cricket team received a warm welcome. So team is a collective noun. Now here we have to write team. The third, the deer was followed by a pack of wolves. pack of wolves is collective noun. The dash of woodcutter impressed the fairy. The honesty. Honesty of a woodcutter impressed the fairy. So this is abstract noun. Honesty is the abstract noun. The dash of the result did not let Ram sleep that night. The anxiety. The anxiety of his result did not let Ram sleep in the night. This is anxiety is the abstract noun. So here we have to write anxiety. Now next is police managed to arrest a dash of robbers. Gang of robbers. It is collective noun. All that I want is a dash of book. Library of book. Library is also a collective noun. The king used to have food in plates of gold. Gold is a material noun. So in first we had lots of fun at the birthday party. This is fun is a abstract noun. The cricket team received a warm welcome. Team is a collective noun. The deer was followed by pack of wolves. Pack of wolf is a collective noun. The dash once was woodcutter impressed the fairy. The honesty of the woodcutter impressed the fairy. The honesty is here the abstract noun. The next, fifth, the anxiety of the result could not Ram sleep that night. The police managed to arrest a gang of robbers. All that I want is a library of books. Library is a collective noun. The king used to have good food in the plate of gold. Gold, material noun. Write in your book, and you have to complete this exercise. That's all for today. We will continue in the next video the exercises which are based on formation of abstract noun.